Even driving this thing. Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? We keep on calling but there's no one listening. Does anybody really know anymore where we're going at all, what we're all headed for? Is anybody even driving this thing? We keep on calling but there's no one listening. Does anybody really know anymore where we're going at all, what we're all headed for? Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? Or did we just ride, 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 ride?
I've always loved flying games. When I was around 6 or 7, my dad built this elaborate flight sim setup. Most of the time, I just watched my dad play because I had the hand-eye coordination of a child as I was a child. But occasionally, he would actually try to show his retarded son how to dogfight. And there I was, 7 years old, didn't know how to ride a bike, but I knew how to dogfight like Werner Voss. Just kidding, I was fucking terrible. My point is, I grew up surrounded by flight sims, arcade dogfighters, and everything in between, so I can't in good conscience sit here and tell you that Grand Theft Auto 5 is an amazing flying game. But that's fine. GTA is not meant to be particularly amazing at any one thing. If you made a standalone third-person shooter with GTA 5's mechanics, it would be a steaming pile of doo-doo feces.
There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
The terrible gunplay only becomes excusable in the context of the larger world. And that goes for any individual aspect of this game. Alone, they are a single note, but together, you get this symphony of chaos. Except flying. It's not quite a single note song. It's more like a Nokia ringtone. You know, maybe you got like 5 notes in there. I mean, look, it's Grand Theft Auto 5. Obviously, the mechanics are pretty casual and dumbed down, but there are several things about aerial combat that make me think there was just an ounce more thought put into it than other aspects of the game. For starters, it's playable. There is real strategy to winning a dogfight. You can't just pop chaff and hold LB. It's almost like someone playtested it. I mean, I know that's not true because it's Rockstar and they don't know what that word means, but dogfighting is fun. Whether by accident or on purpose, Rockstar created a PvP element that almost works. Free mode is far from perfect, but there's still plenty of fun to be had. With all this crazy shit carelessly thrown into this massive sandbox, you find yourself in the most batshit insane, nonsensical scenarios that make a Salvador Dali painting look tame. Utter chaos, no rules. You see a guy in the air, go shoot him down. You see a guy on the ground, go shoot him up. Or you could just challenge people to a friendly 1v1 dogfight. A lot of people are just bored and looking for something to do, so it's pretty rare to get turned down. They probably won't even get mad when you drop a bomb on their head. There's also a hidden layer of depth to aerial combat. Planes have unique characteristics that aren't readily apparent. Take the B-11 for instance. It's based off the A-10, which some of you may know as the greatest aircraft ever built. The entire plane was built around the gun. A gun designed to fire 70 rounds in a single second. Also, the rounds happen to be the size of beer bottles, so the A-10 is the closest humanity has ever come to emulating the hand of God himself. So naturally, in GTA, it's a piece of shit. The Laser and Hydra are far better suited for taking out ground targets, but the B-11 is a superior dogfighter. So you thought Ryan Johnson was good at subverting expectations. No. Rockstar. The B11 has a tight turn radius and a competitive top speed, so it can easily avoid homing rockets. But below a certain altitude, its top speed is reduced. And by reduced, I mean it's a fucking crawl. It is so slow. A crop duster will smoke you at that altitude. So a strategy you could use to shoot down a B11 is try to coax him down to a lower altitude. He'll lose his speed advantage, and there'll be no way for him to possibly avoid your missiles. Oh, by the way, none of what I just told you is on the purchase page. Like, the only way to figure this stuff out is trial and error or YouTube tutorials. Rockstar does not tell you shit. And that goes the same for many other planes in the game. The Starling, the Pyro, the Hydra, the Rogue, ultralight. This little hidden layer of depth just adds just enough to keep you from getting bored. And you have the Smuggler's Run DLC to thank for that. It brought some much needed additions like countermeasures, bombs, hangars, and a fleet of new planes. The pilot community would be a shadow of what it is today had it not been for this DLC. But it wouldn't be quite dead. There's a small part of the community that has been there from the beginning. Before Smuggler's Run, before the Hydra, even before Next Gen. Of course, I'm talking about the... In my opinion, free mode dogfights are the most fun you can have as a pilot, but it still is just a chaotic shit show. It's also riddled with problems like the explosive sniper and its ability to delete jets in different time zones. So there are some who crave a more competitive dogfighting experience. Naturally, they resort to private deathmatches. Originally, Rockstar created a deathmatch called Senora Airstrip. This was meant to be the dogfighting game mode, alright, but the spawns were shit. So in true Rockstar fashion, the community did their job for them. They created custom death matches like Dogfight over Alamo Sea with spawns that actually work. This is one of the things I've always loved about the competitive side of GTA. See, Rockstar does very little for these parts of the community. They care more about appealing to the casual masses because it's GTA. But these are the devoted ones, the ones who have played for years and will keep playing years after the casuals have moved on, the ones who love the game more than Rockstar themselves. A great example of this is a small GTA YouTuber by the name of Cassim Williams. He is a seasoned laser dogfighter, and for a channel his size, his content is genuinely impressive. Some of you may be wondering why the laser is the jet of choice for competitive dogfights. And I was curious too, so I turned to my buddy Cassim and I say, hey, why? And he tells me, it's actually pretty simple. The laser is the best dogfighter without upgrades, and you can't take upgraded aircraft into a deathmatch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Even though the flying in GTA is about as dumbed down as Pilot Wing 64, laser dogfighting is surprisingly advanced. There's very little room for error. All it takes is a split-second decision, one tiny mistake, and your jet is a crumpled pile of metal. There is a plethora of little tricks and maneuvers you can pull to get the upper hand. Just look at this. Look at what Hummer Guy can do. Look at that. Look at that shit. What is that? I will never understand the need to be competitive in GTA, but I respect the amount and actually, I don't respect it. This is stupid. Rockstar treats you guys like an unwanted stepchild. Go play a good game. Fuck. I spilled my drink. If you ever visit r/GTA online, there's no doubt you're familiar with the stunting community. The PC pilot crew is my personal favorite. I don't know how long it takes to get this good at flying, but I'm scared to know. There's also the Red Sparrows, the guys known for creating a world-class airshow in a game about killing prostitutes. Then there's the Annihilator dogfighters. These guys go all the way back to GTA 4. See, there were no jets in that game, so a community formed around the Annihilator, which was the only weaponized helicopter in the base game. And the community still exists till this day. The flight mechanics in Grand Theft Auto 5 are, obscenely casual, okay? If you're into realistic dogfighting, this is not your cup of tea. It's designed for the guy who works all fucking day, he comes back to his shitty one-bedroom apartment, you know, his fucking neighbors are being loud as usual. They're designed to be easy to learn. All helicopters have auto stability, which kind of acts like training wheels, which is fine, but the problem is you can't turn it off. This is what a helicopter looks like when you have auto stability turned off. Notice how you can control it and it goes where you want it to go, and you can aim at things without your helicopter trying to desperately wrestle your reticle away and make you miss your fucking shot. Eventually, after enough time and experience, you start to learn how to wrestle your helicopter and get it to aim where you want it to aim. But still, I've flown helicopters in GTA many hours more than any other game, but I'm still a better pilot in Battlefield. Sure, there's more of a learning curve to it, but it works. The helicopter does what you tell it to. It doesn't fucking constantly fight you like a dragon trying to shake you off its back. I really only have an issue with the flight mechanics in PvP scenarios. I have a lot of fun just flying around in GTA. I don't know, it's relaxing, almost therapeutic. One of my favorite things to do in GTA 4 was just rip around the city in a Maverick. Just trying to stay as low as possible while just barely scraping by high-rises. Couple that with some Radio Broker, and you've got the ingredients for a fun night. Hey, what can I say? I'm a simple man. I'm entertained by simple things. GTA is the official game of flying around while listening to dope music. That's one of the things Rockstar never fucks up. The music is always tops. There was one song in particular that I always loved flying to. It went something like, I have had this song burned into my head for over a decade now, but I never knew the artist. I guess that's what playing GTA does to you. There are dozens of songs I know every lyric to, every beat. I know it like the back of my hand, but I couldn't tell you who made the fucking thing. On a seemingly unrelated note, I was watching through Breaking Bad for the fifth time, and came across the cigarette scene, and of course there's the music, and I was like, damn, that's good music. So I put it in the intro. This leads to me checking out this guy's other work. Lo and behold, he just happens to be the greatest artist of all time, and I fucking love every song he's ever made. Fast forward for 2 months, I've had this guy's shit on repeat constantly. It's all I'm listening to. I look at my phone, bam, got a notification. Whitey himself has tagged me in a post. What the fuck? I shit my pants, and then I clean the shit out of my pants. I look at it, and what do I hear? I've been listening to this guy's shit for like 2 months straight, and somehow I never came across this song. So I messaged the guy, and I don't expect to get any kind of reply because he's like an actual talented musician, and I'm just some retarded Grand Theft Auto 5 child. But lo and behold, he is perfectly fine with me using his music. And not only that, he's going to let me maintain full monetization. It's as if God himself turned to me and said, "Would you like access to the best audio library on the planet?" To which I responded, yes, I would. So you may have noticed that the music for this video was just a step above the usual stuff. That's because every song you've listened to so far is Nathan Whitey's work. Fucking got him! I made you a fan of his. You didn't even know. But please, for the love of God, If you like the music in this video, please check out the rest of his work. He makes amazing stuff. A lot of people seem to think I have decent music tastes, so if you're one of those people, please check out Whitey, and you'll love it. It's so good. And frankly, he's a part of Grand Theft Auto history, so check him out, show him some love, tell him Astro Soup sent you. Also, big shout out to Cassim Williams for helping me out with this video and giving me some pointers about the pilot community. Couldn't have done without you, bud. You're full of talent, you got a lot of potential, and please check out his channel. He's a cool dude. Thank you for sticking around this far into the video. I'm sorry it took so long to make. That's it, thanks, bye.